What's up, my friends? Welcome to Carpo's Corner. I'm making a video to ramble on about a variety of different subjects, so a couple things that I wanted to talk about for fun. One of them was fun devices like lasers, lights, and whatnot. I just picked up a few new toys online, so I just wanted to talk about those for a minute. And also about smoothies. Two completely unrelated subjects, and instead of wasting the time to go and try to make videos about each subject, most of my subscribers know I just blend everything together. It's because I've got to use the time I have when it's allotted to make videos, and whatever comes to mind. So anyway, without further ado, I wanted to talk about smoothies for a minute because I've talked with a lot of folks about a variety of different supplements, and they've asked me, like, what do you take as far as what do you put in your smoothies and things like that. It really depends. I alternate week in, week out. Sometimes I put in Mucuna, sometimes I put in ashwagandha, but I wanted to say that I like the green smoothie mix. We have the stuff that we buy that I mix with bananas and orange juice, and it's great. But this stuff for on the go, this is Vega 1. It's an all-in-one nutritional shake, which has everything you need in it, basically. You know, protein, greens, vitamins, fibers, probiotics, antioxidants, and all that. I've been drinking this stuff for, I don't know, about a year now. And if I don't have it and I run out, I can tell. It's like it has a great load of nutrients. One time I tried to buy a cheaper version, because this shit's expensive. The bigger version of this, the ones I normally get are like $60. This one's $29.95, so $30 for this. And it's only 15 servings. So it's $2 per serving, and that's not exactly cheap. But when you compare it to what you get, you know, the price of a meal and the nutrients you're getting, to me it's worth it. I put a scoop of that in. I actually mix it with milk, almond milk, rice milk, whatever. And then I put some of this in here. It doesn't matter what brand. I just picked this up today, which is what inspired me to make the video. This is a Life's Basics plant protein mix. It has pea, hemp, rice, and chia seed. But it also has 18 different amino acids in it, which is phenomenal. Anyway, I mixed those two up, and I put some moringa in there. I love moringa. I've been taking it for, a few weeks now, maybe a month, and it's supposed to be like this perfect green food. So I enjoy it very much in my smoothies. A lot of people can't stand the flavor of green stuff. It's kind of like with kratom. If you've taken kratom long enough, then you get past the taste because you know what you're looking for, and the effects make it worth it, the usefulness of it. Same with the smoothies. You can get over the nasty taste of a smoothie if you find out how well it works. Your body will reward you for drinking something you don't like if it's healthy by, in the future, making it seem less nasty, if that makes sense. Anyway, the last thing I put in my smoothies is this stuff. It's this peanut powder. I can't say that I just get the Jif stuff because it's cheap. It's still $5 a bag, but the other stuff's like $8 a pound. It's just crazy. Anyway, it's peanut powder, so there's no oils in it, so it's like 85% less fat than standard peanut butter, but it's all just ground peanuts. So I take that and put a small, like a tablespoon or so in with the smoothie. Having the right food, especially if you don't eat enough, like I don't, I get my appetite going at certain times of the day. If I'm not hungry, then having a smoothie can help me to get the energy I know, because I know that I need to eat. And it makes all the difference in the world. I think that, back in the day I used to drink these green smoothies. This stuff is basically the same thing. It's a green smoothie that has a chocolate flavoring. And there's no sugar in it. I think they use stevia or something, but it's still sweet, and it satisfies my sweet tooth. So on to the fun shit now. The coolest thing about, when you buy a vape pen, you have to deal with the batteries, and this one, like, for example, takes two 18650 batteries, which are very uncommon. And I mention that because when I ordered these online, I ordered two of these from different places. I forgot I'd already ordered one. And this is the 303, the Laser 303. And I mentioned yesterday, in a video, I showed this one. So I got this one today, and this one actually says Laser 303 on it, whereas this one says nothing. And I've looked at the two, and there's an obvious difference in build. I'm very particular about the way that something unscrews and how it feels when it's unscrewing. There's either a nice smooth flow or a crackly, like a scrape, aluminum type on aluminum effect. But they look almost identical, except the new one I got is a little bit longer, maybe a few millimeters, and it has the green sticker on there. And I can tell the proportions are slightly different. But they both come with a tip, and the tip can be removed on the one that I had before, but not on the new one, and that's what's kind of frustrating. Maybe it's supposed to be removed, but I'm not sure if the actual milliwatt on this one, it might be like 500, it could be 50. I'm going to guess 50 to 100 maybe. I don't know. They vary so much. I've had like 5 and 10 milliwatt lasers that ended up having something go wrong with them to where they were super high powered, and so it kind of throws you off. But anyway, the tip that goes on this thing is phenomenal. Check this out. Now when you turn it, it opens up into these stars. And it comes back together. Very cool. And with the top removed, it's, just phenomenal. Anyway, I saw a couple comments about these online, and one of the problems was that why should I buy a laser with a messed up crazy battery that I'll never be able to find? But these 18650 batteries are becoming much more common. I mean, they're used for a lot of things now, and they even have smaller versions, and this one actually unscrews halfway down and allows you to use a smaller battery. I can't remember what type those are. The coolest thing about these is, if you have kids, it has a key. Turn the key, turns it off, pull the key out, take it, and you don't have to worry about it if you're out camping or doing something and you want to use it for fun, but you've got kids around. Kids will play with lasers, and I will not let my kids touch my lasers. It's one of my rules. They can hold it while I'm holding. I can hold it for them, and they can push the button, and that's fine. But I watched a video the other day where there's in the comment section, people were kind of telling this guy, "Hey, why do you let your kids play with your lasers?" And he's like, "Oh, well, they're safe. They'd promised they'd be safe." To me, it's just not worth the risk. Kid blowing his eye out on a laser. This is one of my favorite things about lasers. About these lasers, I'll show you. And as you can tell, I do like toys. I like to. Let's turn the light out here. Now I don't know how well that's going to turn out on video, but let me try to get a good cloud. And as you turn it, they weave in and out. When you're sitting here looking really close, the smoke swirls within there. It's just freaking amazing. It's like, because when you break off into the multi-stars, it's just hundreds of little spots, little lines. I took this out this morning about 6 a.m. when I woke up. It's foggy outside. So I went outside and I shined it up into the sky, and I was just like, holy shit. It's like 100 small lasers, I remember when I looked at the ad, I was like, it couldn't really be that bright, but it is. And if I'm not mistaken, this was like $8, so it's not like it's an expensive toy. Back when I was about 6-7 years ago, about 5-6 years ago, when I first got into lasers, my friend was getting the little pen ones for like $20-30 because they weren't that popular, so not a lot of people were buying them. But now they're just everywhere. So the next thing I have, which was another toy I bought, was this. This is a UV light, and I thought that this would be pretty fun. You can't really see how useful it would be. For example, I've got this little leaf here on this thing, and if you shine it on the leaf, you can see how it picks up on that phosphorescence there, and certain colors, like on packages, how certain whites show up. But you take this, and it's supposed to be like a stain finder, but I knew, of course, it probably wouldn't work for shit for that. I really bought it because I thought it would be fun to play with the eye while camping or doing something else, shining it on I've got some really cool like fluorescent posters in here that are they're really cool when you shine on there. So the last thing I've got in my little toy box is these like flashlights I just bought. And they were pretty good price. I think I got them both for under $10. It's Ultra Fire. This one doesn't work. I was bummed out. But these also take the same batteries. Now the cool thing about these is that, okay, it's got 3 settings. You can, when you turn it on, and then if you push the power button very lightly, it'll go from full blast to medium to what they call like safety, or a blinding for somebody who's attacking you or whatnot. And I remember reading the article. Once guy's like, I made the mistake of testing it. Didn't think it would actually work, but I'm going to tell you, these things are bright. Now here's the weird thing about them. They put this pattern. You could probably see that on there. Maybe not. It makes like a square pattern where it hits because of the type of light that it is. But anyhow, it's got a very simple to use adjustment right on the edge, a little collar, which narrows it down to a really fine beam. And I'll show you here. I thought that this would be a fun thing to... I had this crazy notion of building a little thing that comes off of it and goes up about 3 feet and then has a little top to it, like right here. So you can make like a lightsaber out of it. So it's just for fucking around if you're outside in the woods, click it on and just be like... But I was really impressed with the quality of the beam and how far it actually goes. Pretty ass-kicking little flashlight for $5. I like toys. I mean, I've got ham radios and lasers and all kinds of random stuff. And I find myself kind of sometimes like, well, maybe I have too many hobbies and interests and little things, but I end up using them all. When one's gone, I find myself wanting it. Where did it go? What happened to that one thing I had? Where's that ham radio? Where's that CB? Walkie-talkies and all these different devices that I have that are, not used that often, but when they are, they're great to have. But I think out of all this, definitely, the lasers are always my favorite. And I know you might be asking yourself, well, why didn't you get a more powerful one? Because I'm well aware that within my a range of $50 or so, I could pick myself up a phenomenal ass-kicking 1-watt laser. And I've seen plenty of videos of burning matches and starting fires with them. They're very interesting and they're very fun. But I don't want to use anything that's too powerful to where I have to use glasses for it. Just for the caution of, just in case something happened. It could be something as simple as you're shining it, through the house and it bounces off a window into somebody's eyes. Because they're that powerful. You can hit a mirror or a window. People don't take them very seriously. There was actually, it was last year at Soak, which is the regional Burning Man. It was the year before last. And I was sitting there with my friend, and I had a laser in my pocket, and we were tripping pretty hard. And laying by our tent and watching all of the people dance and the fires and stuff. And I took a laser and I just shined it once at the barn across the field. And the minute I let go, it was just for a split second up in the air. And somebody says, "Where the fuck was that? Where's that goddamn laser?" And these 2 rangers, which are basically the security of Burning Man, they were really upset looking for who did it. That minute I put it away, and I inquired later about lasers, and they said, yeah, well, they banned lasers at all the Burning Man events because the year before that, or maybe it was a couple of years before that, somebody had blinded a ranger in one eye at the Burning Man Regional in Nevada, and it could be one simple mistake. It can be just shining across a crowd and just boom, hit somebody. But if it's a really powerful laser, it can blind you instantly. They're very dangerous. Even when I go to the regional, it's like they have these new laser disco ball type devices that the DJs have, and even those lasers are too powerful. I mean, if you're dancing and you look up, you're like, whoa, you can like temporarily blind yourself. But if you do have lasers, please be cautious with them. I mean, I think the beautiful thing is that the coolest thing about ordering the lasers and the flashlights is that they came with these 4 batteries, and these are 18650 batteries. This is like a high capacity night core charger So it's above and beyond. You have to buy that separate. But it did come with 3 little chargers and 4 batteries. I'm not sure. I think it was the flashlights. Each came with a battery and a charger, and then the laser came with 2 batteries and a charger. But that's a pretty good deal. I mean, we'll see. It depends on the quality of the batteries. So I guess I should leave on that note. If you are buying these types of batteries, these 18650s, which are the high drain batteries, don't buy the cheap ones on eBay. You will get screwed. I bought a couple of generic brands and made the mistake of thinking I'd get a deal, and you don't. Buy LG or Sony or something that's known, and make sure that they're official, legitimate. There are so many knockoffs out there. I mean, China can label so much stuff as what it's not. I mean, these lasers, for example, the one I'd originally bought was $30, and I got a refund for it right away because I realized I should have done a review. I checked on that first on YouTube or elsewhere, and there was a guy who tested it out. It was supposed to be a 1-watt laser, and he measured it on a light meter, and it came out to like 100 milliwatts. So it was 1/10 of the power it was supposed to be, and it wouldn't even light a match. So you got to be careful what you're, getting. You're better off getting a lower capacity, a lower potency laser, 50, 100 milliwatts, and you'll get a pretty good quality one. So if you do, be safe. Don't shine it up at airplanes and all that crap. I mean, it's almost shameful to use lasers unless you're in a very safe place. So I urge you to use safety. I will talk to y'all later. I'm done with my ramble. I gotta get some actual shit done today. Yeah, we'll see.